So, we're live. Yeah!
How's it going, guys?
Welcome to Vegas, everybody. It's great to see a full room of beautiful people. This is going to be amazing. So
we're going to do a brief talk on community and just welcome you guys to Vegas. So who's feeling a little worse for wear this morning? Like, there's a lot of hands.
we need the presentation on the screen.
Oh, no, it's up there.
Yeah. It's up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Wow. All right. So this is us. I'm CCP Guard, community developer for EVE Online, and this is CCP Saberwing. He's new, and I've told him that you guys are the nicest people on the earth, and that you always treat us like perfectly nice, and he's looking forward to it.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? I'm CCP Saberwing. My name's Shaheen. I just joined CCP about 6-7 weeks ago, and I'm going to be trying to copy everything Svenny does, basically.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like a less masculine version of this guy, so I'm trying to. You know.
I'm going to teach him. I'm going to teach him all the things.
He's my sensei.
Yeah. So, the community team. It's like last year when I was here, we had finished going through some rough times. In 2011, there were some restructuring things going on. Some of the community team had been sent to Grandma's farm upstate, and then we had just started hiring again, and we were I was telling you about like some new people we were hiring, and I was really excited about seeing what they could do. And they've been with us for a year now and doing really great things. So the community team is headed by CCP Navigator, who is the EVE Universe community manager. So he's like in charge of like EVE Online, Dust, and Valkyrie, and everyone reports to him. Super good guy. Then we have me. That's me. That's my lucky monocle. And I do all kinds of stuff, like helping out with this. A great privilege to help out with Vegas. More stuff, too. So, Paul Elsey, CCP Falcon. You guys know this guy. He used to be in Vito. Terrible pirate. Now he's like a care bear taking care of the community. He's very much into all the backstory of EVE Online, the live events, all that stuff. Very dedicated guy. I love the guy. Then we got this guy, CCP Dolan.
This is how he dresses in the office, by the way. This is a live
so
action shot.
Normal day in the office. Just a random candid camera shot in the office. He's the artist formerly known as Michael Bolton III in the game. And he takes care of the CSM and the CPM, the Council of Planetary Management and the Council of Stellar Management. So he's always kept super busy by space politics, and he's been doing a really good job. So we have CCP Bro. He's with us here. He's out there organizing the PvP tournament room. He's basically in charge of streaming and tournaments on behalf of the community. So he's been innovating a lot of good stuff for that, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of his work as we do more competitions and tournaments and stuff like that. Then we have...
Those are legit sound effects, by the way, that you're hearing. Those
are... Do you hear the bomb sound effects? They're amazing. They're like, you know, they're meant to be inspired.
Cinematic experience, this whole thing. Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Etern, he's also in charge of like live events, lore, lots of stuff like that. So you're going to see more from him and Falcon when we start doing a lot more in-game live events with all kinds of story arcs and cool prizes and stuff come this winter. This is how he is at the office every day. So it's great. He does his best work while he sleeps. And then we have CCP Gargant, the tallest member of CCP. He's probably the reason that CCP Tallest moved to Finland. Took over the crown, and it's such a happy picture.
It is. I love how like the facial expression of the eel is basically the same as his. Like it's.
The eel did a perfect imitation of CCP Gargant. And he's our tournament referee. Working with CCP Pro on tournament, and then of course everything else. And I mean all these specializations, everybody does a bit of everything, but people have their special talents that they focus on. So, and then we have this guy. This is CCP Phantom, one of the most hardworking people I've worked with. He's always busy coming up with new stuff. And there's a story behind this. We call him the Eisenfaust, or the Iron Fist in German, because he's the nicest guy in the world, so it's a fitting name. He's like the nicest guy you'd ever meet. And this is what we think he does when he disappears to his home provinces on vacation. You know, it's
like
just
oppressing the German masses. Like you can see him. Like he's.
It's like his home provinces get rowdy, and you know he's got to bring in the Eisenfaust. He's an awesome guy. He does like This Week in Eve, for example. That's one of his things, giving you guys a recap of what's going on, and good on the communication, and super good guy. Then we got in San Francisco, we have Mintchip, rather new addition to the team, doing general dust stuff over there. The only person we have in San Francisco at the moment.
Yes.
And there's a guy. This is CCP Logi Bro.
All the Dust players will probably know this guy really well. He's massive in the Dust community.
Yeah.
Loves to stream, loves to play. He's
used to be known as Gridaris. He was famous on Twitter, doing streams, all kinds of stuff. He's like the most passionate Dust player in the company, probably. He doesn't leave the office until 5 a.m. Sometimes, and he's a really cool guy. Yeah. Then we have CCP Frame over in Shanghai.
I mean, CCP Frame, he does a lot of the community stuff for Dust too. He's kind of like a forum jockey. He loves it. And I've never seen him without his hat on. And that's actually a true story.
Yeah,
I actually have never seen him without his hat on.
Do you think he sleeps with a hat on?
Quite possibly. Even his internal company photo, everything's just, he's got this hat.
Always with a hat on.
Yeah.
It's a good hat, though. It's a good hat. So hats off to him. Thank you. I'll be here all weekend. And then we have CCP Commander Wang. He's like going into now focusing on in-game events for Dust. Yeah, so it's gonna be.
Yeah, a lot of the like double SP weekend events, that sort of stuff that you see, all those are kind of coordinated through him, and that's going to be what he's going to be specializing in for us, like in the near future.
Yeah. Oh,
damn.
Oh, wow, we have this guy. Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is.
So why don't you tell these people a little bit about yourself and what you're going to be doing?
Okay, yeah, sure. So my name, as I said, is my dev name is CCP Saberwing. My name's Shaheen, and I just joined CCP like 6 weeks ago, so this is not like the worst way to spend my 6th week here, you know, coming to Vegas. It's pretty cool. And I'm going to be doing a lot of what Svenny kind of does on the Eve side, but more Dust focused, and I'm based over in Shanghai, so I'm going to be...
Did you tell them your title yet? Dust Community Manager?
Dust Community Manager is the official title,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah. So I'm in Shanghai now, and crazy jet lag because of Shanghai to Vegas is very, very brutal.
It's kind of funny. We flew in. We're roommates for the weekend, and we flew in from different directions. So every time I'm really tired, he's really fresh, and the opposite. It's kind of
yeah.
funny.
It's really inconvenient.
From different
actually.
sides of the
Wake
world.
up in the morning and like I'm a zombie, and he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be doing a lot of this stuff in Shanghai. You know, come and find me. Come and speak to me. Any Dust sort of stuff. You know, throw stuff at me. It's fine.
Yeah.
And take it through.
Yeah.
And we have to address a very serious issue here. Like, this is a very big problem. Like, I've got less followers than people I'm following. So this is a negative ratio. Like, it's a ratio of less than 1. I'm not happy about it. So follow me on Twitter. Hit me up on that. I'm very active, and I try and talk to people. And any sort of Dust, Eve community stuff, if you can't get a hold of him, like, ping me, and I'll go and strangle him for you or whatever you need me to do. So.
Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, and if you need anything from if you need to know anything about Dust, anything from the devs over in Shanghai, this is the guy to talk to. He can get a hold of anybody. All right, so it's like we're in Las Vegas talking about spaceships, which is pretty cool. And I've often wondered what cost me to be here. Like, I mean, what's a guy from Iceland doing in Las Vegas talking about spaceships? It's a little funny. So, I wasn't always like, not many people know this, me. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. This is me at an art gallery when I was like 2, taking a stroll behind some dividers. It's a pretty good stroll there, going on. I'm pretty proud of that picture. Then I grew up a little bit, and I was just coming from this barbarian island in the north. I was unaccustomed to the customs of other countries, so when traveling, I did crazy things. Then I saw an ad in the paper from some guys in Iceland that were making a spaceship game, and they needed people to work in customer support. And I was kind of looking for a job, so I was like, hey, I play games all the time, and I need a job, so I applied, and I got that job, and I've been working there ever since. And then I've had some cool adventures, like working with world leaders such as the president of Iceland on making Eve better. We had a rap career for a while, and it was pretty fun. Some crazy adventures. Some more rap pictures, meeting some interesting people, talking to the fans. It's important to talk to the fans. Then occasionally we get into trouble. It's not always easy. Like sometimes we get into trouble, and then we gotta get out of trouble. That's part of the job too. And sometimes, yeah, like I said, it's not easy. This is like when we were doing like a video for like, it was a recent one where I was like spinning in space, and I had to like lie on my back on a green screen for 2 hours, dressed in this costume, which was for some reason like not like put together beforehand. It had to be like constructed around me, and it was a lot of work. I was feeling like
small guy.
It was like Jim Carrey at work, except like I didn't get like $20 million. So it was like a good day, but yeah. And sometimes it's rough, but it always works out in the end.
I think that's probably how like most of you guys are feeling this morning.
Yeah. Who went to the pub crawl? Can I see hands? Yeah. And like you can still raise your hand even though you went to the pub crawl. But I'm still proud of you for showing up early. That's much appreciated. And there's some crazy things happening. I'm not going to try to explain this picture. Just stuff happens. So like when people ask me what I do, I sometimes just tell them I work in an office, which is sometimes a little bit accurate. But and then we're in eVegas, and eVegas is a phenomenon. It's a wonderful thing. It's the benchmark player-run gathering for EVE Online, and it's just amazing. So, eVegas has been growing and growing. It started off as kind of like a casual thing, people meeting up in Vegas, and then it grew after Saberwing took it over. It's just an organizational genius, a super good guy to work with, and really passionate about this. So the first one only had like 37 people come to Vegas. There was a couple of CCP guys who decided to go and check it out, and then it kind of grew when it got organized and big. And it became like the proper multi-day convention thing. Then last year, I was actually here for the first time, and we had 211 people, and it was great. Back then, it was like I said, CCP had been coming out of this rather difficult period in 2011. We were kind of holding back on a lot of budget things. So we actually weren't sending people to many conventions that year. And that year, Sapa, he just decided to budget it in and make it a part of the cost of the whole thing. So he actually flew us out to eVegas. It's like he flew like 7 hand-picked devs to Vegas to make sure there was dev attendance. And we pitched in a little bit, and it was pretty great. So he did great with that. Woohoo! So that's you. That's you.
I think it's worth noticing, by the way, that in the first year that they had eVegas, it was 37 attendees. So 37 of you guys came. And this year we have almost as many devs as we have attendees in the first year. So.
Yeah. And now we have Plex, and people are buying tickets for Plex. And it's pretty cool. So you can pay with space money to come to Vegas.
Yeah, so we kind of we saw the numbers here, right? And we were thinking, okay, so we're going to try and extrapolate this for next year, so we can kind of get an estimate of how many people we're expecting. Yeah. And we got some of our best back-end engineers on this. Yeah. Putting a lot of time into kind of drawing a realistic model of what we can expect.
Yeah. Complex algorithms and all kinds of stuff that is way above most people's heads.
Yeah. So we couldn't even do this in Excel. Excel couldn't even cope with the algorithms we're putting into this thing. Yeah. So we kind of sat them down and we came up with a solution, and this is what they came up with. So
everyone. And we made the graph. Like I said, Excel didn't cut it, so we had to use more complex programs. So this accurately, we believe, shows the progression of eVegas.
Yeah. So we're expecting roughly 7 billion people. Give or take a little bit, but roughly that many.
Yeah. We looked around in Excel for days, and they didn't have the everyone number.
It's beautiful.
So that's kind of what it is. So if you guys wanna disappoint science and kind of almost ruin science, then you don't show up for Vegas. But if you wanna support science, which does a lot of good things for us in daily life, then you should definitely come to Vegas.
Absolutely. I mean, you don't want to make it everyone minus one. You don't want to be the minus one, you know, so.
Yeah, everyone minus one is like, yeah, it's a crap number. So, eVegas is all about hanging out with friends, making memories, and it's a wonderful time. So last year I was here. That was like almost the coolest picture ever taken of me, as you see, but someone didn't mind the focus. Still a pretty good picture, still cooler than most pictures, but like probably similar to how I was seeing the world at the time.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
He's standing on a
probably
platform,
probably
yeah.
took the shoes of one of those girls. And, so yeah, there we are on the way to Caesar's Palace to do some gambling or something silly, and yeah, good times. So people at home are watching this and they're thinking like, oh, you know, I'm just at home, you know, and I'm getting all the good stuff. They're not, right?
No, not at all. I think you know, the biggest part of this experience is actually being here and, you know, kind of hanging out with other people. I think that's the biggest thing. And we've got a lot of really cool stuff lined up this weekend.
Yeah. So we're gonna have like the party right up there at the Voodoo nightclub tonight. That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, free drinks, I think, free food.
Free drinks, free food. Anyone gonna show up for that? Hell yeah. Then in the room behind you, which will be opening shortly, there's going to be PvP tournaments, casual tournaments this year. You can just go in there, play. If you play really badly and lose, you get some prizes, even if you lose. But you get better prizes if you win. Then you can play Dust, and it's going to be pretty good. Yeah. So then you can like hang out with cool bros. That's always a thing. There's a lot of cool people to hang out with. I've
already developed a terrible reputation for being bad at gambling. I think. Like,
yeah. Like devs pretty much suck at gambling. We lose like every dollar we put down just goes away immediately. There's never an up moment. So I haven't really understood the rush of gambling yet because I just lose money constantly. So that's.
It's almost as if the casinos are made to make money. It's kind of like an amazing.
It's crazy. It's like a
crazy thing, you know.
It's this conspiracy theory we're working on at the moment. And of course, there's the battleship models. Everyone got their model? Yeah. Let me see. Which one of you picked an apocalypse?
It's a lot.
Yeah. Can I get a Tempest show of hands? Wow. All right. Seems the Tempest is a little more popular. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was like I was super happy that we could get those ships over. We had them
awesome.
We had them in storage, and I was like, can I have them? You know, can I have them for my bros? And it was good. So we got ships, and
I kind of feel like we're forgetting something off this list, though. There's something.
Yeah, there's something that you can also do.
I don't know. I don't know. It was something we announced a little while ago.
Let me see if we put it in the slide. Let me
see.
check.
Hold on.
Yeah. So right there in the room right now, we have some people doing the setup, and they get to test the game out at first. So they're sitting in there like slack-jawed, just like looking like they're having no fun at all. But as soon as the goggles come off, they're just like, oh, this game is great. They haven't tried it before, so it's pretty great.
Yeah,
so
it's in the back. Feel free to go play.
It's like when you look at people playing it, you would think they're having like the least fun in the world. It's just like. But it's just because you completely get lost inside your head playing this game, and it's
I haven't even
amazing.
played it yet. I haven't played it.
Yeah, I played it in Reykjavik a few weeks ago, and it's super great. All right, so, but why? Why do we go anywhere, and why do we do anything? The Vikings had some things to say about that. There's actually a lot of cool, more than 1,000-year-old Viking poetry that's pretty much in the same language we speak today in Iceland. So I mean, the words almost look the same, so it's easily readable for everybody. I
think you need to do it because there's no way that I'm going to even attempt to read.
Yeah,
this,
we were kind of debating who would do the reading of this.
Yeah.
So
I'm not quite an Icelandic poet, so I'm going to leave it to.
So this sounds like ungur var eg forðum. Fór eg einn saman, þá varð eg villur vega, auðugur þóttumst ég annan fann. Maður manns gaman. Hear that, kids? So wise
Beautiful.
Words. This is from Havamál, which is a pretty cool thing.
I mean, they say French is the language of love, but
yes,
I think
yes.
that.
And it's all about. If you check out the English version of it, It's all about like this is just one of like many hundred of these, and it's like advice for people traveling the world. You should travel the world. You should see places. You should meet people. You should be generous to other people. You should make friends, and you should respect your friends, because it all comes back around.
That's what E-Vegas is all about, I think.
That's what E-Vegas is all about. In essence, it's an old Viking tradition, pretty much. So this is like the point is that man is what makes things interesting. People are interesting. They're fun to talk to. They're fun to watch, seeing what they do, and like this is what EVE Online is about. This is what Dust is about. This is what it's all about. And I was doing one of those surveys on Facebook where you kind of like fill in the countries you've been to and brag about it to your friends. And so I filled it out like this, just because I thought it was kind of funny. And this is what the world would look like for me on Facebook if I had never traveled anywhere. And that's pretty sad. Like, I'm missing a lot of the world, right?
Yeah, but you're right in the middle, though, so I don't know.
Yeah, right in the middle. That's true. That's pretty good. It all starts there. So this is my actual travel map. So I've been to like a few countries, and you see I checked the ones that give me the most street cred on Facebook, the big ones. See, like I dipped into like the border of Russia once, like for just a brief period, and that gave me like all of Russia. Pretty good bargain. And the United States, big country too. Yeah. And China. China is pretty big.
So I think the plan is we need to try and find countries that you can take off that cover the most landmass. I think that's like the barometer for success here. Right?
Bang for buck. We're looking for bang for buck here. So we thought like the next one should definitely be in Greenland. So Greenland is pretty big. And there's Vikings used to go there a little bit and hold some parties, and then they left because it's really cold. But like, yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to be something we can do in the future. And then Canada. That's actually a realistic option, because we have a ton of players in Canada. Anyone from Canada? Yeah! So, like, they've been doing a lot of player gatherings and cool stuff, like, for example, down in Toronto, and we actually really want to go down there, so I'll maybe mention that a little bit later. Then we have places like if you're going to go to South America, why not just go straight to Brazil, cover half the place, and it's like, it's pretty good. But we actually do have a player community down in Brazil. It's surprisingly big, and maybe one day I'll get to go to Rio and have a player gathering. That would be cool.
Absolutely, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, I'm at the Rio right now. Oh, well,
we might as well take that box. Like, I think
yeah, we can take that off then. Okay, that's cool. Australia. The guys down there have actually, I don't know if all of you know that, but they are running a similar style event, which is like a multi-day convention type thing. They did it right for the first time last year. They just held their first one. They nailed it pretty much. People flew all over from Australia, like from the other coast and all that. It's a big place, so it takes them a while. And they had a really good show with some devs on Skype doing interviews with him, because we couldn't fly anyone down there then, and tournaments and all the good stuff. So it's good to see that like events like these are popping up in more places, and like that's the thing. People need to just like know that they can either wait for CCP or they can just make an event of their own in their own home country.
Absolutely, and if well, anything like this, we're going to plan anything like this, just come to us, and like we're more than happy to try and do what we can and just kind of work with you guys, and Skype dev interviews, stuff like that is definitely possible. So
that's what we do. Like we can give good advice, connect you to other people in the community who are doing planning like this, and you can set up your own event at home. You can start small or you can start big, or whatever you think is good. So player gatherings are just the best. They are kind of, I see them as like glue. You just like pour glue on everybody in EVE Online, and they stick together. That's basically how I see player gatherings. Like, I mean, it's so much fun to see, like, when people come to these things. They come to FanFest or here, or just to their local pub meet or something like that, and they like start talking, and they start talking in a very different way, face to face, and people, keep on to those relationships, and sometimes they start arguing over beer, and there's a big war with 40,000 people, and it's pretty good.
It just happens sometimes.
Yeah, it just happens. I mean, so it's all like good or bad. It's like a catalyst for whatever happens in EVE Online, and it keeps people together. So the community is everything. And we are looking to like see where we want to go next year. We're actually working on a budget this year. We're actually doing that in Excel for real. It's a lot of fun. And we really want to go to a lot of places. There's places we've neglected. There's places where we see people doing cool gatherings. There's places where like we've gone before, and it's just makes perfect sense to go there again. So like these are some of the places we want to visit next year. We're doing like hand fighting for the budget, and there's going to be like other plans colliding with these. So it's not like a final list or anything, but like we're looking at these places. Like we want to go to Paris. There's been gatherings there, pretty good ones. Austria has a regular one. They had like a 60-man convention the other day, and they made the papers in Austria and stuff. So making Eve famous there. Canada, obviously, Toronto has been really like doing the groundwork, and we really want to send people over there soon. Next year would be pretty obvious. Australia. Actually, CCP Fossey is going to Australia well, it's just like a month from now. Yeah. So he's going to be flying to Australia to represent, and maybe I can go next year. That would be cool. And of course, you live close by, Shanghai.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, Shanghai to Australia is.
We should definitely go.
It's only like I don't know how many hours. Flight, like 8 hours probably.
So then there's Sweden. Yeah. Anyone from Sweden in the house by any chance? Oh yeah.
I'm struggling to see hands. I see one.
The home country of Kripa. We should definitely go there and do something. We were just looking at the options. We want to do more in Scandinavia, and they have some nice big computer games things, and we want to go there. So Serbia, we did one this summer, and it was really great. Lots of people showed up. I think like 200 people. We were like some of the devs were going to the World Championships in Warhammer. They're on the Icelandic national team, by the way, and like CCP Dolan and Soundwave was on it and stuff, and they were going there, so they had the player gathering at the same time, and it was great. Poland, Hungary, Holland. We sent CCP Gargant to Holland the other day, and he had great fun. 140 people there, getting drunk in a bar and talking to Eve. Really nice time, I heard. Germany, obvious, there's big shows there, lots of people playing Eve, one of our biggest communities. England, makes sense, our second biggest country in terms of player numbers. And, of course, we don't want to forget the big one. Multiple US cities next year. How does that sound?
Oh, you missed, there it is.
Oh. We gotta do it again. Are you ready? Yeah! Yeah, so lots of like big trade shows and consumer shows in the US that we'd like to go to and have parties around them. It's pretty cool.
I love how the eagle's actually flapping its wings.
Yeah,
you can actually, if you pay attention, it's kind of, I can
feel
the breeze.
Feel it, feel the breeze. Feel the breeze. Yeah! The breeze of freedom. All right, so obviously, like I said, we have a lot of people doing a lot of things. The team has grown immensely, but we have a lot of added responsibilities with Dust out and people in multiple locations, dealing with dev teams in multiple locations. So there's a lot going on, and we're gonna. Like one of the projects that we're working on these days, which you may have heard of if you ever go to the forums, is that we're working on a framework for how we support fan sites, and not just like fan sites as you think of them today, but like all community projects that have some value to the players. And for example, like a new type of thing that's popping up a lot these days and has been for a while, and which is not like a classical fan site. Is for example the streamers on Twitch, and we're gonna be having like Twitch integration. So I mean that's just an example of something we need to look at. Like how do we measure like when people are like beyond a certain point where they like require like heavy support from us or should get something cool, and how do we quantify it, how do we structure it so it makes sense, so there's some transparency and all that. So we're going to be working on that. We've actually been like kind of thinking about it for a long time, and I think it's time now, because this world is getting more complex, and we need to think how we're going to like in a more structured way just support all kinds of fan initiatives and community projects. Then the CSM and the CPM, they're always helping us out, making sure we don't do stupid things, and sometimes it works. And we're going to be working with them on all the things we're up against. There's a summit coming up in Reykjavik this winter for the CSM. And the CPM, they're talking to the new EP of Dust.
Yeah. We've had a couple of conversations with the EP, and again, so with all the Dust stuff, hopefully, me in Shanghai, I'll be able to help them out a lot and connect them with a lot of the developers and stuff. So
a lot of work ahead for them. Dust is in rapid motion, 6-month roadmap, looking pretty intense. Lots of things happening, so plenty of things happening there. Tournaments, streaming, esports, all that stuff. CCP Pro, CCP Gargant, they're going to be on that, like doing all kinds of stuff. New tournaments. We're going to have the New Eden Open this winter. We're going to have the Alliance tournament again, of course, and we might do some other things as well. Rookie training sessions. We just started doing this recently. There was a devlog about it, and the first one went really well. Looking really promising with like 500 participants, mostly people on like trial accounts or just like newly subscribed people who were feeling a bit lost. We go and like we hang out with them and we go through like a few things that they need to know, and they can ask us questions, and then we, like going to the player gatherings, these people meet each other and they hook up and they, form corporations or join corporations. And anyone who wants to help out with this, other than just like mass mark bombing them when they go out of station, is welcome to help. We appreciate any kind of help people want to provide. So anyone is like, this is very open-ended. It's just in development right now, and like anyone who wants to help us make EVE like richer by getting more people into the game is like welcome to help us out. Because like it's a benefit to the new players, but also I mean all of you more experienced players, you've all dealt with like trying to explain things to people, get them into the game, and like anything that helps you guys like get more experienced rookies is a good thing, I think. We need like meat for the grinder, Live events, more live events. We're going to be seeing a lot more stuff in that direction, and just like more stuff.
Yeah, more cool stuff, definitely. Yeah. We've got some really cool ideas, for videos and podcasts and all that sort of stuff, and we want to get a lot more stuff out there. So appreciate any sort of suggestions you guys have, and we'll take them and we'll try and do something with them.
Some streams, dev events, just all kinds of things we want to do. Use all these new technologies that the kids are using these days, and just do cool stuff. So all of this is like, this is the point. This is why we do it. Like everything we do in community is to make sure that like our relationship is less like this, more like this, right? So like, so like, don't you just love that cat? He's so angry. He's so mad. It's like, like I felt like that sometimes. It's like, it's my last good sock, and it's like. But yeah, we want to make it good.
Yeah. Like, another way of looking at this is that's CCP Guard's Twitter stream. Sorry, the good one, and mine's the bad one. So
yeah. So we gotta follow this guy on Twitter.
Yeah,
so
you gotta rectify
he gets
that,
the good
help
thing.
me out here. Yeah.
All right, so we're not gonna talk for much more. There's plenty of things happening today, and any questions?
Fire away.
All right, so we gotta do this somehow. Does someone have a microphone for the room? Or are we just...
We can maybe give...
Maybe this guy is just showing us his palm. Like, hey, look at my palm.
Do you have a mic? Or maybe we can use...
I have a hand. So...
Okay, hold on. We can just use one of these mics, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
So, any questions about community? What time is it?
Line up for
all right, we have a few minutes for questions.
Okay. Yeah.
So you were talking about bringing a lot of new people into the game, finding ways to bring in new players, but shouldn't you guys be focusing a little more on improving the infrastructure to be able to support more people in a, enclosed space, like in large fleet battles?
Yeah. Like infrastructure as in like just improving infrastructure in the game, or?
Basically, whether it be the the servers that run the nodes, or whether it be just optimizing the code. I don't know, maybe a bit of both.
That's actually being done by, like, I don't get to optimize the code. Like people don't let me anywhere near that. So
I mean, you saw you saw that graph, right? I mean, that's our contribution. Like,
but
that's
like I can tell you that like people are working on some actual like some steps in that direction. Like so, I mean, we've had things in the past like stackless I/O for the server, which made like a pretty big leap. Then we had like time dilation. We haven't had anything big in a while, but people are like thinking about some things and testing out some things, and there's still work being done on that front. Although I'm not going to like promise anything. I don't know too much about it, but that's an ongoing thing. Like Eve is just always ongoing, but we're just handling the social aspect of it.
Thanks.
So the rookie training sessions you have, that's going to be separate from the player run corps that are currently like training out kids, right?
Yeah, it's just an addition because like not everyone makes their way there. Not everyone like feels comfortable about joining a corp right away or anything like that. Even if it's a friendly training corp, and we're just like we're doing that. We're doing it. We're directing people there as well. So if they want more stuff, they can go there. I mean, we're even like pointing them to their guides and all that. All
yeah. So like if you wanted to help out, it wouldn't be on your main. You'd have an alt, right? Like or just do it on your main. Or?
You can just on your main or whatever. Just like come talk to us or join one of these things. There's a channel for it in game, and just check it out. Check out the dev blog and just if you want to help out.
All right, good to go.
Hi, Benjamin Brownlow with Sovereign Gaming League. You talked about esports. Will you be providing kind of support for communities who are starting up esports specifically for EVE Online?
Oh yes. Like if anyone has any sort of plan or like wants to do something like that, then definitely come talk to us. CCP Pro, CCP Gargant will get back to you, and they're very flexible and will find ways to accommodate and do something cool with you guys.
We'll be talking with you then.
Yeah.
Okay, Zerg Overmind, Deck Shield. I wanted to ask you guys about your fan site support program and the Somber Blink debacle that you guys constantly seem to get yourselves into trouble here. Are you planning to change your policy to not have CCP endorsed player organizations? Because you guys have essentially just handed trillions of ISK to one group of players, which is completely breaking the sandbox, and you guys are losing dozens of accounts over this. And why are you breaking the sandbox?
See, nobody like sat down and was like, hey, let's break the sandbox today. It's just like people are trying to branch out, do new things, and we went a little too fast on that one. We admit that, and we've taken steps. We're mostly taking steps behind the scenes, working with our, everyone from just EPs to, legal and the CSM and everybody just looking at like, where should we draw the line, what makes sense, and of course, then some of it just comes down to like, where's the line that you guys feel comfortable with? And I think like there's not just one line, there's like multiple lines crisscrossing each other, and it's like a little complicated, but we're going to be looking at it carefully. And that's what I was saying on the forums recently, is that we don't want to like rush and like make like a knee-jerk reaction on the day after everybody gets mad. We just want to like look, okay, pause it, and then we're going to look at it and what's appropriate, what makes sense, what we can do, and we're going to like make all that happen. It's going to take a little time, but it's in good hands.
You should consult the CSM on these things.
That's one idea.
Hi, I'm Tolstoyevsky with the Ghosts of Deep Space. I was wondering if we would ever have the opportunity to speak with some of the developers with the Chinese server over here in America.
The guys running the Chinese server for EVE.
Or were they like adopted at birth and not allowed to see their parents?
They're locked in a room. They can't leave. But no, like we haven't brought them out anywhere. It's like a completely separate thing, kind of like the only separation in this world.
Legal problems as well?
How?
Are there any legal issues with?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know about that, but I'm not really good with Chinese law. I've tried to read it.
I don't think any of us.
Just the letters don't make any sense. Yeah.
Hi. Whoa. Hi, Greg Alifagany Unleashed. Do you have any plans to enable some tools for those of us who do plan on a regular basis in-game events to better promote them? Perhaps access to like a calendar that is open to the public to enable it to be a lot easier to get people to sign up for events instead of having to use external forums, things like that, and make it easier for us to fleet up with non-corporate.
That's actually a pretty good question. Like, we thought about things like that. We thought about it for like out-of-game events, and like we should probably think about it for in-game events. And that's kind of like, this is kind of the stuff that the community team can, like a ball that we can like grab and pass on.
Absolutely. I mean, this is exactly the sort of stuff that we want to like hear from you guys. I mean, it's awesome.
So like one thing we should maybe mention is that we're having a community workshop roundtable thing at 12 tomorrow.
Yeah. Come in.
So like anyone who wants to come and sit down with us and has some cool ideas or questions or stuff, you know, we'll come and we'll write it down so we don't forget, and we'll bring it home and do something about it.
Cool. Thanks.
How's it going? My name's Apollo from a little group called Dak Tak Lack Pack.
Yeah.
Don't think you guys get this enough, but we just want to say we enjoy everything you guys are doing.
Thanks, man.
Woo! Thank you.
How's it going? My name is Ron Honduras from TNT, and I just had a question. With the community growing as Eve grows, do you see yourself adding any more systems to the Eve universe?
That could. I mean, that's definitely always on the table, you know. It's like, we did it with the wormholes. That was a pretty cool addition. Yeah.
That was an awesome addition, by the way.
So, I mean, you never know. It's always a possibility. It's always a possibility.
Okay,
like,
thank you.
We just don't have anything we're talking about that this time.
Hey, I'm Bajram Bali with Monkeys with Guns. In the past couple weekends, Galente Militia has been making pushes around the OMS systems. And with the event that y'all guys were doing with Dust, it made a huge impact on what we were trying to do there. Is there more events like that in the works? And also, is there anything in the works to maybe do contracts between Eve and Dust to where we can work together better?
The Eve Dust link is going to be, it's going to be worked on quite heavily in the future. But like, you should definitely check out CCP Lecart's presentation. He works. It's like the principal game designer for Dust and the Eve Dust link, and he's gonna be talking about that.
Yeah,
he's gonna have a lot more information about that.
Yeah, they're doing a talk in a couple hours, and then they've also got a roundtable thing again later today too. So he'd be a great person to pose that question to. Definitely.
Yeah, it just made all the difference in the world that Dust was there. It made the fighting more brutal, and it was just it was amazing.
No, I mean,
that's good to hear. That's really
good
good to hear.
That's awesome. That's exactly what we want to do.
Thanks for letting us know, man.
Yeah, thank you.
I just had one more because I forgot. But like speaking from a small gang like low sec pilot, outside of the faction warfare zones, like all the low sec's pretty empty. Is there any plan to like introduce? Well, besides Zendaya, you know, you guys. But oh, that doesn't count. All right, so like, is there any plans to like try and introduce more players into the non-faction warfare low sec? Because it's pretty dead. Like, you could run 20 jumps and not find anybody.
CCP Rise and CCP Fossey you should really ask them about this, because they would know more about the detailed plans, what's going to happen to low sec, null sec, all that stuff. Right. But I mean, it's like with the solar system. These are things that are just under constant review, and like, you know, people are always willing to look at this. So talk to those guys, and they'll probably give you some good answers.
All right, thanks.
Yeah. All right, we have time for two more.
I live here in Vegas, and I think you have an excellent opportunity. What I would love to see, as you know, the world comes to Vegas. We get tourists from every country. I'd like to see some sort of a permanent Eve experience exhibit in one of the casinos here in town, with tournaments running, Dust.
I like that.
Yeah, right.
Why not? Like, they have all these themed hotels. Why not like just build
I will,
a
of
casino?
Course, have to,
you know,
to
like
quit my job.
The Kaldari Gaming Commission just built a casino in Vegas.
But, you know.
I like that.
All right.
Let's do it, man. You've planted an idea in my head.
Devil's Night, 06 character. My question is, like I said, I've been playing since 06. And I try to get new players to come in, try to explain it to them and all. And what I'm running across is some of them feel that it's the tutorial is a little complicated for them. Mm-hmm. Is there any way we can improve that? The point, and also, is that some of them complain, well, they're not making very much money at the beginning, so they can't get into the game to enjoy it as much as they want to. So they do the 14 days and they leave because they're not enjoying the game.
Yeah.
And the other one was that, is there any way we could instill like a safety program for the newbies that they couldn't, really get, because I found out some of them are getting killed too quick right at the beginning, and then making them like, oh, I'm getting picked on by the older, bigger guys. Yeah. Here I am, a newbie, I have no clue, and I'm getting beat up, and I'm losing everything I'm making.
That's kind of what we're doing with the training session. So we're going to start teaching people how to fit ships and how to buy ships, how to make a little money, and then we're gonna take them out into space and we're gonna have them loose the ships, and like we're gonna take them into fleet, show them how much fun it can be, and you know, we're gonna do that. And you were talking about like tutorials, they're always under review, they're gonna be improved. Corporation roles and all that stuff, it's something we're going to look at some point, so yeah. I mean,
well, like I said, you know, that's the problem I've run across, because I've gotten more than one guy want to play, and like I said, the excuse came up, well, you know, the tutorial, I'm not understanding it, it's too hard.
Yeah, the tutorial is a lot better than it was, but it still needs, I mean, there's still a lot of things that need to be improved, and it's like, we're well aware of it, and we're monitoring it closely how it works, and yeah.
And like I said, the money problem, I've run across that one, and also getting picked on and beat up because they're not, you know, they don't have the experience.
Yeah.
And I just thought we could build in, like some games we've got, a safety, like the first, you know, week or two, they can't be attacked. Or something. I mean, I don't know how you could do it.
We're not gonna make EVE like completely safe for new people, but we're just gonna train them. We're gonna train them. We're gonna make them understand. So we're gonna have to cut.